seniors or cheerleaders will be honored along with our senior football players when we play Fleming County in the last game of the season. All right, Gus Hallett at center, or at quarterback, goes back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, now takes off, and will get near first down yardage, in fact. There. So we said that Hallett is definitely a player to watch because he is so elusive athletically.
Very capable.
9 yards on the carry. Brings up second down and 1 yard to go. Offense coordinator's dream.
Yes.
Second and very short, as it really opens up the entire playbook.
Everything at your fingertips.
Hallett gets the sign from the sideline. Now relays it on to his team. As they'll break huddle. The ball's going to be set at the near hash mark. Double wides left and right. The lone setback in the backfield will be Benny Hill.
I can't not think about the music when you
I
say
know.
his name.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it out of my head. Handoff is going to be to Hill. And no, it's going to be kept by Hallett. Well, he faked me out.
Yep.
Hallett has enough for the first down. So elusive run that time.
Nifty little play.
Works perfectly as it advances the ball to the 44, a 6-yard gain, and the first down of the game for Scott. Like I said, Hallett, a 3-year starter. He knows what he's doing out there. His sophomore year, which was the first year he got started, had over 1,700 passing yards.
Wow.
Of course, last year with COVID, didn't get anywhere near that number, and this year with them concentrating more on the run, won't get there either, more than likely anyway. Hill will be set up on the right hip of Hallett with double wides left and right. The snap is back to number 11. Fires it down the field looking for Patterson, and it's knocked away by Custard. So a nice play that time by Caden as the pass was intended for their 6'6" wide receiver. Ball might have been a tad bit underthrown.
Yeah, it was underthrown a little bit.
Of course, you have a right-handed passer moving to his left. So you have to have a pretty darn strong arm if you want to be able to float that ball with any kind of speed and strength. It just doesn't work unless you're like Elway or somebody like that.
There was very little pressure on him, so he had a lot of time.
Going to have to do something about that too. Can't give him all the time in the world because he'll know what to do with it. Ball still on the 44. Going in motion will be Meyer. The handoff is to Meyer on the sweep, trying to get to the edge, cuts back inside, and will go across midfield.
I couldn't tell who it
for
was.
A good gain.
Number 7, Maury Fultz on the tackle.
Good job by Amari, number 7, tackling number 7. And they'll take it on the Harrison County side of the 50 to the 49, so a 7-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down and 3 yards to go this year. Our opponents on third down have been successful 45% of the time. That's a number that has gone down from early in the season when it was up around 56%.
That big 3 and outs late in the game last week.
Yes, huge in regulation. Our defense really stepped up. Ball's on the far hash mark now. Hallett goes back to pass, fires one straight ahead on a slant. It's going to be caught for a first down. Alexander Beam was in there on the tackle.
Meyer on the catch.
And Meyer on the catch, all right. So that'll be Meyer's first catch of the game, and they'll take it to the 44, so a 5-yard gain, and as we said, a first down for the Eagles. Nate Meyer, along with Riley Huff, the second most favorite target of Hallett. Of course, Patterson number 1. He'll line up, Patterson that is, wide to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Once again, twins out left and twins out right. Now a man goes in motion. That's Meyer. Once again, they'll hand it to him, and he'll fall down.
Stripped.
I think he was trying to cut upfield, and his feet just flat out went out from under him. So there will be a loss on the play back to the 48, a 4-yard loss, in fact. Makes it now second down and 14 yards to go. So let's take advantage of this good fortune. Let Killian's Pizza tackle your hunger like the breads tackle the competition. Call 298-2048 to order for pickup or delivery right now. Once again, Hallett in shotgun formation with Hill on his right hip. Ball's on the near hash mark. Hallett gets the snap, goes back to pass, fires it to the inside to Patterson, who catches it. Going to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's going to be A flag on the play, touchdown. I think it's a face
gonna-
mask on Harrison County
I
as
think
well.
it's a face mask on number 9. That wasn't Patterson either. That was number.
Oh, that's right. That was Nolan Hunter.
Hunter.
At 6'5". So Hunter with the touchdown grab. And it's 6-0 here early on for Scott on the pass from Hallett to Hunter.
He had Caden's. Oh my gosh, he had Caden's
Way
face
off.
mask.
Yeah, I thought so too. Touchdown does count though.
Yep.
As he did get across the goal line. Coming on to kick will be Luke Eiden, one of the best kickers in the state of Kentucky. So far this year, he has hit 16 out of 18 PAT tries. That's 89%. He likewise a 3-year starter for the Eagles. He's had 3 field goals this year in 4 tries, but right now just trying to get the extra point to tack on to the early lead for Scott. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good as well. So with 8:03 left to go in the first quarter, your score, Scott High School 7 and Harrison County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCY. wondering what to do with it. And now here comes the official to tell us what is going on. Or at least I thought he was on his way over this direction. Now still trying to sort it out. The ball a little bit underthrown. And Hunter very alertly looking around at just the right time to pick it off.
So
Still
my
waiting.
question is, like, obviously this one over here, they're calling defensive pass interference.
Yeah.
But all the other ones, what's that going to do to where the ball's placed and all
That'd
that?
be a good question for you. Make the call.
A good question for Mike Aldridge.
First, let's see what the penalties are.
Yeah, let's do that
Then
first.
we can determine from there on out. The officials are still talking about. Of course, as we said, every one of them threw a flag on the field. Some of them may have seen the same thing.
Pass
Got
interference.
defensive pass interference, which we knew. And we've also got a personal foul against Scott High School. Oh, well, that's okay.
Wow, okay.
So two penalties.
Because there's 4 flags.
Right.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either, but evidently
They
a lot
did.
of them did. So the ball will actually move
Yeah.
into Scott territory and come to rest at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, because it's 15
Yeah.
yards.
So
You're on
40-yard
a
line.
30, so you get 30 yards.
So penalty, first of all, for defensive pass interference. Gets us to the 45. And then the second one for a personal foul takes it to the 30.
Caden keeps it.
Custard with the ball up the middle. Hold on to it, Caden.
Yeah, looks like a
Yes.
9-yard gain.
He gets good yardage, just short of first down yardage. So, and yeah, just short of first down yardage, they're going to say, as we suspected. 15 to 40. So Custard's first run of the night is a successful one. So he gets it down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that was that. I don't know if it was a RPO, but it was a RO, run option, and faked a feedback and kept it.
Trips to the near side. Ball's in the middle of the field. Handoff is going to be to feedback, and he tried to get a little running room on that right side, but
Enough for
the
the first.
gap closed up pretty quick. But he does get the first down by gaining a couple of yards. And there's another, I should have said about the first Kellyan's Pizza first down coming on the penalty. This is the first running first down, Kellyan's Pizza first down. Saw Mark at the party the other night.
That's right. Had a nice surprise party for my lovely wife put on for me. We had some Kellyan's Pizza there. My favorite chicken bacon ranch pizza.
Good job.
Because you get away from the tomato sauce pizza.
Oh,
I'm
I see.
not a huge fan of that, so that's why I like Kellyan's.
It was your birthday, so you could have
Hey,
whatever
keeps
you
it
wanted
again.
to. Here's Custard with a good run
we
to the
got a
near
hold.
sideline. We got hankies on the field, which are in the vicinity of holding, so I'm going to guess that this one will come back. We'll check and make for sure.
More than
but,
likely.
Holding on Harrison.
That
So
was correct.
our first penalty of the night.
Yes.
We've been doing much better. We've been in that 6 to 8 category the last 4 games.
On the number of penalties has been fine.
Yes, the type of penalties.
Not the
with
best last week. But
4 of our 8 last week were either personal fouls or unsportsmanlike. Got to stay away from them. The ball will be moved back on the spot foul to the 37-yard line, where Harrison County now will be facing first and about 17. Coming out wide to the far side will be White, Beam in the slot on that side. Dylan Price in the slot on this side. And Jay Sean Lewis on the outside. Snap is back to Custer, goes back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, rolls right. Now comes back to the inside, but
tripped a little
it'll
bit,
be,
trying to make some moves there.
yeah, tried to, as you said, tripped over the 40-yard line about. Gets minimal yardage on that
Put it
play
put it
because of the
right
trip.
back at the line, maybe a yard.
To the 37, you are correct. So 0 yards on the carry. Brings up second down and 17 to go. 7-0 your score with 3.5 left to go in the first quarter. Scott on a touchdown pass from Gus Hallett to Nolan Hunter. the only score so far. Ball's now on the far hash mark. We got trips to the near side. Feedback on the left hip of Custard. Caden calls for the ball. Looking downfield. Here comes the rush. Caden gets out of the pocket. Now goes to the sideline and is pushed out of bounds by about 3 different Eagles. That's a football play.
Oh, I thought he got his face mask.
Oh, I didn't see the face mask. I was watching his feet to see where he was going to step out.
Maybe it's just the way he went down.
Nobody's hollering for it.
Yeah, that's
since
true.
it's on our sideline, I think if there had been, there would be.
I just saw it wrong.
Yeah, 3 yards is all that Caden is able to get on that carry. Gets it to the 34. However, Harrison County now facing 3rd down and 11 yards to go on 3rd and long this year. We've only been successful 28% of the time.
It's about 3rd and 14, right? 15?
14, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong stick. Custard gets the sign from the sideline. Snap is back to him. Looks downfield. Good pocket. Now fires it going towards the end zone, and it's knocked out of the hands of number 14, Dylan Giffen, who was playing defense for Scott on a nice play by Beam.
Beam played some defense himself.
Yeah, Beam helped avoid that ball being intercepted for sure. So an incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 14. At the 34, too far away for a field goal and too close for a punt. So Harrison County will go for it. On 4th down this year, Thoroughbreds are 9 out of 20. That's 45%. Although they've made it 3 of their last 6, which is 50%. Here we go. Ball's on the near hash mark. Harrison facing that 4th down try. Custard shouts out the play, gets the snap. Goes back to pass, looking, now flushed out of the pocket, still looking, now goes to the far sideline and is going to be brought down for a big loss. These Eagles are a bit faster than the Lions we faced last week, as very few times the Lions were able to chase Custard down behind the line of scrimmage. In fact, in his 36 carries last week, only 3 times was Custard sacked, which I think is unbelievable.
That's pretty amazing.
But here, give the ball back on downs to the Eagles as Harrison County unsuccessful on that 4th down try. As the ball goes back to the 41. So a 7-yard loss on the play.
All right.
So Eagles up by 7 with 2:54 on the clock. Start out at their own 41. Ball's on the far hash mark. Hunter, the lone wideout on this side. Remember, he caught the touchdown pass, his first of the year earlier. Coach Graham trying to get a message to his team. Here's the carry by Benny Hill.
No,
Gus Hallett. Hallett kept on to it. And he's going to get close to a 1st down. So the ball is, well, it's a little shyer from midfield than I thought it was, down to the 48. Still a 7-yard gain on the play for Hallett, which brings up 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Are you in need of a real estate, operating, or equipment loan? Call Michael Furnish with Farm Credit Mid-America at 859-254-2741 and learn how he can help you. 2:30 on the clock here in the first quarter. Harrison down 7-0. Eagles with the lead and the football. Ball's going to be placed at the far hash mark. Once again, Hill in the backfield along with Hallett. Hallett calls for the ball. The snap is back to him. He's looking downfield to pass. Looks to his left, looks to his right. All kinds of coverage, but he's got all kinds of time. Now here comes the rush. Hallett still looking downfield, fires it, and it's going to be out of bounds.
That was a lot of time.
It was very much, too much time. Zach Bruce did a nice job.
There's a flag. I don't know what
getting Hunter.
Seemed like it might be a defensive holding area.
I don't even see it yet.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
gosh, I hope it's not a penalty. That's on the opposite side where the play went. Ineligible man downfield on the Eagles. And that'll back them up unless we decline it and take the down.
I'll back them up.
So we'll see what we do. Yeah, we have indeed done that. 3rd penalty of the night on Scott.
Yeah, it is.
So, ineligible.
Oh, they declined it.
Oh, okay. So take the play, the incomplete pass, which brings up 3rd down and 3 from the 48. On 3rd and short this year, our opponents have been successful 63% of the time. So we'll see the wisdom of that no call as it ends up as the Breds decline the penalty. Snap back to Howlett, looking to his left, flushed out of the pocket. Come on, guys. He fires it downfield. Wide open is Patterson, but the ball is beyond him. And the Breds will be once again out of trouble as 4th and 3 coming up for the Eagles and the punt unit coming on. Howlett was rushed on that pass just enough to where he couldn't get the ball to Patterson where he wanted it to.
It's kind of, I know he saw him open, that's why he threw it, but I was kind of surprised he didn't just try to pick up the first with his feet.
Well, I think he would have had it, but like you said, he saw Patterson wide open and just overthrew him. 1:53 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 still your score. A couple of guys back deep for Harrison County. Try to get this punt from Eiden. Eiden's punt is a good one, as you might expect. Man, he is a good player. Oh, ball's muffed by Custard.
He got it off
now he's able to get it. Goes up the far sideline. Now cuts back into the middle. Across the 50. He may go all the way. The 35, 30, 25, 20. Cuts back inside. 10-5 touchdown, Caden Custard. An 84-yard punt return by Caden. Gets Harrison back to within 1 at 7-6. What a play. A ball that was immediately, as soon as it got to him, was muffed. But as the football does sometimes, it bounced straight back up into his chest. And Caden, with that good athletic ability, went over to the far sideline, cut back into the middle, and then cut back to the inside to get the final 15 yards.
Smart run.
All right, Thoroughbreds. Coming on for the PAT, Ryan Annis. So you believe J.D. Tucker will be your long snapper. Alexander Beam for sure will be your holder as the Breds try to tie this score. Now we're ready to go. Annis steps off his steps. Beam calls for the ball. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good as well. So with 1:31 left to go in the first quarter, your score, Harrison County 7 and Scott High likewise. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WC. All righty, back here at the Hilltop. The last time a Thoroughbred ran a punt back for a touchdown was back in 2015 when Jovan Williams returned a punt against North Laurel at a bowl game down at South Laurel.
If I'm not mistaken, that was my first year doing football, my first season.
Could be. It was also the 4th longest punt return on record for Harrison County. Richard Fields holds the longest at 91 yards.
Number 7.
Here's the ball that's kicked down to about the 15. It's going to be picked up by Nate Meyer, who races up the field and gets pretty good yardage.
Yeah, it was a good little run back.
Where Scott will take over again with 1:25 left.
Ryan kicked it to about the 10. That's where he got it.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Read my mind. So the return goes to the 32
2 or 3.
or 33.
Haven't put it down yet.
We'll call it the 33-yard line. So a 23-yard return by Meyer. So Scott, hopefully a little bit shell-shocked by that return by Custard.
No doubt. Well, defense obviously did a good job getting to the 4th down and making them punt, so they know that they can stop him.
Right. 84 yards on that punt return.
And what was the 4th longest?
The 4th longest, yes.
Punt return?
Yes.
Wow.
Don't get many punts that go that deep.
No kidding.
That you can return that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Snap back to Hallett. Rolls left. Looking downfield. Here comes the rush from Watts. Fires it to the sideline where it's going to be picked up.
I think it's number 2.
By number
Riley
2.
Huff.
Riley Huff. Yeah, he's
Pretty
their
sure it's
second
him.
leading
Yeah.
receiver.
Number 2.
Several thoroughbreds in on the tackle, including Preston Williams. So first catch of the night for Huff. Gets the ball to the 36 on a 3-yard gain. Brings up second down and 7 yards to go. So we go under a minute until the quarter end. Depending on how this play goes, it might be the final play of the first period. Double wides left and right as we've seen most of the night for the Eagles, with Nolan Hunter widest of all to the wide side of the field. Meyer goes in motion. The handoff is to Meyer on the jet sweep, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Amari Foltz, but gets enough yardage for a first down. Second time on the night that Meyer has run that jet sweep. Got about 7 yards the first time. This time, as he gets to the 48, about a 12-yard gain. So a fresh set of downs for the Eagles with 28 seconds on the clock. As he was run out of bounds, the clock stops. As we mentioned, the band seniors honored prior to the game tonight.
Did you get a number? Looked like about.
It looked like 14 of them.
14?
So it's a healthy group of band members. Don't know what they did last week at Ryle.
Yeah, I never heard either.
Should have looked it up. Hallett fires it across the middle, and it's going to be caught.
Ooh, nice catch.
Squeezed in there was Patterson on his first catch of the night. And he got knocked to the ground by the combo of Jackson Zink and Beam. But still a catch nonetheless for the big man. And a fresh set of downs for the Eagles as we're about to come to the close of the first quarter of play. With your score, Harrison County 7 and Scott High School 7. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCYN Sports. As has been the case all year long. Several people from Scott have made their way down to watch their team play tonight. Man in motion. This time it's going to be Huff, but taking the ball on his own is Hallett. Goes straight up the middle, breaking tackles.
Oh, no.
He could go to the end zone, the 10, the 5, and finally dragged out of bounds by Jacoby White.
Yeah.
But a good run nonetheless.
It was.
As Hallett gets close to the end zone on what will be, as they place the ball down at the 5. Yeah, at the 5, a 30-yard run. We always knew he was dangerous.
Yeah.
And he has proven that tonight.
He's a player.
3 plays, 3 first downs for the Eagles. Now first and goal. Ball's in the middle of the field. In the red zone this year, our opponents are 21 of 24, scoring 88% of the time. Need to turn that one around right here and right now.
Fumble.
Center for Scott, Trayvon Brown, a junior. Snap is back to Hallett. Looks to his left. Here comes the rush by Watts. He's let him slip away, though. Hallett trying to find some running room, but Watts comes back and gets him the second time around. It's a good job that time by Mikey, as the sack will take Hallett back to the 10-yard line. So a 5-yard loss on the play. Turns 1st and 5 to 2nd and 10. And goal to go. I mean, Mikey just shot right through there.
Sure
Somebody obviously missed a tackle. But he's got to get him on the first try.
Right.
Because some guys will just, olay you past them and then head to the end zone. All right, here we go. Double wides left and right, despite the fact the ball's on the 10. Hallett looks to his right, puts Meyer in motion, gives the ball to Meyer on the jet sweep, and he will be stopped on a nice play that time by Harrison County. Jacoby White in there to stuff the jet sweep for just, we'll give him a couple of yards, to the 8. So 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line this year. On 3rd and long, our opponents have only been successful 36% of the time. So you see the difference between 3rd and short and 3rd and long. 3rd and short, they've been successful 63% of the time. 3rd and long, 36%.
There you go.
So keeping them back on 1st and 2nd down, highly important statistically.
It's a big deal.
Hallett on the far hash mark. Gets the snap, looking to pass, but first up penalties. I think we had movement on the line, but we'll make for sure that we didn't jump off sides or something to that ilk. It is procedure penalty, so back Scott up 5 more yards to the 13, where it'll be 3rd and goal. 10:09 left to go here in the first half. Talking to myself. Back to the 13-yard line.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, they're ready.
Big play for the defense. Don't let them out of this hole, guys. Ball's on the far hash mark. Hunter wide right, Patterson wide left. They're 2 tallest individuals. Hallett goes back to pass, looking in the end zone, and it's going to be a defensive pass interference as number 7, Nate Meyer, was taken to the ground. And you just can't do that. So half the distance.
Automatic first.
Is it automatic?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, we need Joseph here. That was a pretty obvious.
We'll find out.
Defensive pass interference call. So it's either they're going to be 3rd and goal from about the 7 or 1st and goal from the 7, depending upon if it is indeed a first down or not. Yeah, pass interference against us. Yeah, we knew that. And still 3rd down, so it's not automatic.
So I'll have to do the half.
Yeah, I'm going to go with which half they like better on the field. Looks like they're going to like the 7-yard half. So what ends up being a 6-yard penalty, but it gives them new hope as they're halfway closer than they were. It's a lot easier to get 3rd and 7 than 3rd and 13, especially at this end of the field. Trying to break this 7-7 tie with 9.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Once again, Hallett in shotgun formation. This time gets the snap, looking in the end zone. Here comes the rush. And Jacoby White knocks the ball down from behind just as Hallett was passing the ball. So a great play by Jacoby.
They called it a fumble.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. They're calling it a fumble.
So Jacoby White causes the fumble that Harrison County recovers in the red zone.
Holy cow.
All right.
That's a big play there.
So Harrison County.
So I guess he got to it before he went forward.
Yeah, it was
knocked
close.
It out.
It's actually a 5-yard loss on the play as well.
Yeah, and Paul Robert Copes was on the recovery.
Oh, okay. Paul Robert getting the big takeaway. So now let's see if the Thoroughbreds can get on down the field and make this turnover count with 9:27 on the clock and the score tied at 7. Now, so far this year, Harrison County, of their 7 takeaways, have scored on 3 of those
Okay.
for 43%. We just haven't had enough turnovers all year.
Right.
Only 19% of our points have come off turnovers. Custard under center this time. He'll give the ball to Malachi Feeback, who is smashed before he can get to the 15-yard line. They may give him a yard or two on the play.
I think you're right on the. Well,
No, it's going to be about the 14.
that's just a 1, right?
So a 2-yard gain for Malachi Feeback. Brings up 2nd down and 8. As we mentioned in the pregame show, the Eagles +5 in turnovers this year, but tonight -1. Wee man in the backfield now. Custard in shotgun formation. Snap is back to Custard. Quarterback draw, and he will
Get out to
get
the
it
20.
back to the 20, so closing in on 1st down yardage. See if they put it right on the 20 or the 21. They're right on the 20, so a 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd down and 2 yards to go. 8.5 left to go in this first half. 7-7 is your score. Scott scored first on the catch by Nolan Hunter. Then Harrison County scoring on the 84-yard punt return by Custard. First for Harrison County in several years. Custard gets the snap. Calls his own number, tries to get to the outside, slipping tackles. Nice block by Feeback to release him, but there's just too many white shirts there before Caden can get back to the original line of scrimmage. And 4th and 2, and I would think an obvious punting down coming up here deep in our own territory.
Back to the line.
See everybody looking to the sideline to see what we want to do here.
Going for
And the Breads look like they're going to go for it. Now, it might be a hard count or something like that.
Because you still got 3 timeouts. You can call a timeout if you need to.
Golly, this is too early in the game and too risky against a good defense to try for it. 4th and 2. So Custard will line up under center with Wee Man behind him. And almost had the Eagles jumping. I think they did break the neutral zone.
Oh, false start.
Oh,
That's what he's
false
calling.
start against us. Well, he pointed towards them,
Oh.
but he meant pointed towards us.
Oh.
So that'll back us up 5, and now for sure punting down at 4th and 7.
Yeah, now the punt team's out there.
Yeah, well,
They're
that's
going out there.
where it should have been in the first place.
Well, I mean, that's they were trying what you said.
Yeah,
It was hard.
yeah, and it looked like we almost got him to
did.
jump. It's just that, unfortunately, our guys jumped instead.
Yeah.
So Jacoby White will be standing near his end zone. Going back to field the punt will be Gus Hallett. So for both teams, the quarterback is also the punt returner, if that is indeed 11.
It is. You're right.
Jacoby's punt is going to be a good one. And it will
Gotta go
bounce out of bounds
I'm gonna
at
say 47.
approximately the 48.
8. That was close.
So you were very close. So 48, 15. That's a 33-yard punt. But Scott will start out on the Harrison County side of the 50.
That's true.
First time that's happened tonight. So 6:34 on the clock. We're still tied at 7-all. But now Scott with excellent field position at the Harrison 48, as we said before. Beast Pizza, subs, salads, and a whole lot more. All at Snappy Tomato Pizza. Call 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
There you go. Birthday boy, getting that snap out there. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Big 4-0.
Can't believe it. Still can't believe it.
Man in motion, that is Dylan Giffen.
Kept it.
But Hallett keeps the ball. He's going to be sacked.
5.
Getting him down
Jordan
was
Pearson.
number 4, Jordan Pearson. Jordan Pearson just gunning through the line, much like Mikey Watts did a couple of plays ago to bring Hallett down. And we're finding a hole in the seam of the offensive line of Scott High School. 3-yard loss on the play back into Scott territory at the 49, 2nd and 13 coming up. 6 minutes on the clock here in the first half. We suspected it would be a close one, and so far it is not disappointed. both defenses really right now have taken control of this game. Lined up wide to the near side will be Nate Meyer, but going in motion will be Giffen left to right.
Give it to him.
Giffen on the jet sweep goes to the far side and is going to have enough for the first down before being knocked out of bounds.
It's 14.
So a nice run that time by number 14, Dylan Giffen. And for Giffen, that is...
No, it went out of bounds. I guess they called timeout.
Yeah, timeout called by Harrison County. We'll take it as well. 5:33 left in the first half. Your score, 7-7 between the Breds and the Eagles. You're listening to Harrison County Football on W.
Examination.
All right, as we get back to play, Hallett calls his own number, goes straight up the middle to the 27-yard line for an 8-yard gain, making it second down and 2 yards to go. Paul Robert Copes in on the tackle that time. Hallett brings the play over from the sideline. Dan Furnish with Harrison County Farm Bureau can get you covered just like an All-American corner. Call 234-4514 to talk to Dan.
Appreciate Dan as always.
Always. Every sport. Now we got Michael on board.
I know. Michael will be on for all sports too.
Yes, good. Love to hear that. Snap back to Hallett. Fires it to the near side. It's going to be caught by Patterson, I believe. And he'll be taken down, but not until he gets a first down by several thoroughbreds. Jacoby White in on the initial hit, I think. Ball's going to be inside the 20 to the 18 after a 9-yard gain. But first and 10 for the Eagles.
Another timeout. Yeah.
And a timeout called this time by Harrison County again. So with 4:24 left to go in the first half, your score remains 7 for us, 7 for them. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCY.
A whole lot more at Van Hook Hardware in downtown Cynthiana.
All right, as we get back to play, going in motion will be Riley Huff, calling his own numbers. Hallett goes over to the near sideline. The 10, the 5, reaches out and crosses the end zone before he can get to the pylon, giving his team the 13-7 lead. For Hallett, that is his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. 18 yards on the run to the goal line. And we got an injured player on the field, a Harrison County player.
Must have happened at the line of scrimmage, I guess.
See who that might be. We can get a chance to see. Invite you to join us at halftime. We'll go over all the scoring and stats. We'll also take a peek at what the other fall sports on the Harrison County campus are doing, as well as our past and future football opponents.
The Harrison County player down is Pearson.
Jordan Pearson,
Yes.
senior, transfer from Pendleton County. Didn't see what happened to him, but he's still down. Although it must be okay because David Connor is coming off the field. Coach Graham.
I'm working on something with the leg.
Yeah, I wonder if
Lower
it's
leg.
maybe a cramp. Trainer at least massaging the calf muscle as if it were a cramp. Jackson Hopkins coming onto the field now to take a look. Maybe he's interested in kinesiology or physical therapy. Found out this past week that my nephew, who's a senior at Franklin County High School, is interested in exploring the art of kinesiology when he goes to college next year.
It's a good field to go in.
That's what I hear.
He could be the next Bobby Feeback.
That's right. So we'll see how that goes for Andrew, who I thought for sure would be a welder. He loves welding and has been a good welder for 3 years in high school. And I'd already talked about the Hinton Mills school over there in
KWI.
Flemingsburg. But nope, kinesiology. Plus Andrew, who turned 17 back in June, got his first car this past week, decided on a Volkswagen.
Interesting choice.
A very interesting choice.
But a good choice.
Meanwhile, my transmission went out, and I got me a new Impala.
Attaboy.
Or a used Impala. There's no
New-
such thing
new
as a
you.
new. Eiden's kick is on the way,
Very
and it's
good.
going to be true. So with 4:17 left on the clock here in the first half, your score, Scott 14, Harrison 7. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WC1. Alrighty, back to action here on the Hilltop. Luke Eiden about to send the kickoff towards Harrison County's receivers. It's on the way, and it is going to be a bouncer that will be picked up at about the 6-yard line by Jacoby White after he let it roll some, and he will get a very minimal amount of return, maybe just 5 yards.
10 or 11. See where the spot is.
So 4:09 on the clock. Was it Formula 409? What was that spray stuff you used to be using at 409?
That's like the cleaning stuff, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the cleaner? I think it was just 409.
It was just 409?
I think.
I just remember it because
Yeah.
my teller number was 409. So the ball is at the 10. Anyway, when I left to go and do some other things in lending, the ladies that were on the teller line gave me a bottle of 409.
You still have it to this day, don't
I
you?
still have it to this day. I thought it was a nice touch myself.
Too many players on the field.
Yep. Malachi feedback a little slow getting off and just kind of reaching his arms toward the sky like, what'd I do? I don't know. But he did it. Gosh, how many penalties is that now for us?
Just 4.
Well, 4.5. I guess that's about on our average. So half the distance. Back to the 5,
We're at
where
the
it's
5.
1st and 15 to go. Going in the wrong direction. Shotgun formation. Custard puts the ball in the belly of Wee Man, who gets it back to the original line of scrimmage before being taken down by a flock of Eagles.
Not to be confused with a flock of seagulls.
Yes. I was trying to think of a way to work that in, but you beat me to it. And I run so far away. So I got a little bit in there.
Yeah.
Of course, anybody that was born earlier than, 10 years ago would have no idea what we're talking about.
I'd go with 20.
20, yeah, probably right. Of course, being that you're 40, flock of seagulls is right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Snap back to Custard. He'll get the ball or give the ball the other way. I was looking at Jay-Sean Lewis on the jet sweep, and
get 5.
He
No, that was
drove
actually
too
a
much
pass
dancing and not enough running.
That was actually a pass out.
Oh, was it a pass?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I get for watching the wrong person. And a 5-yard gain on that pass play to the 15. Not many completed passes tonight for Custer.
Just the one.
Just the first one after completing 6 of 15 last week. Clock under 3 minutes now. Harrison trailing 14-7, and the Breads facing 3rd and 5 from their own 15. Like to get another first down, if nothing else, to make the clock run down some more and not give Scott good field position for what would be a final chance to go up by 2 scores going into the locker room. Custard, shotgun formation, ball on the far hash mark. Get the snap, it's bobbled. Custard picks it up, falling behind Feeback's blocking, moves up the field, and may have gotten a yard.
Yeah, maybe.
But not much more than that. We got whistles. Is there a flag?
No,
a timeout by
Scott.
Scott. 2:16 left to go in the half. 14 for Scott, 7 for Harrison. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WC. All righty, out of the timeout, Harrison County forced to punt on 4th and 4 at their own 16-yard line. Jacoby White back to punt. Gets the snap. The punt is on the way. It's a low roller, but it's going to roll Harrison County's direction. J.D. Tucker lets it roll on, and now Taylor Conway joining it, but it's actually going to be down by Pearson. So good to see Jordan back into the ball game. He'll down it at the Scott 47-yard line. So let's see, that's 37-yard punt by Jacoby, who's averaging just about that this year.
I don't know if it was the first time, but that punt returner was Griffin Henderson, 13. We thought it was Howlett.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one was Henderson. So maybe that was. Remember we were.
Oh, before on the punt, yeah. So 2:05 on the clock and 53 yards for Scott to try to get another touchdown and go up by 2 touchdowns going into the locker room. Key district game for both teams, especially Harrison, who's playing their second and last district game tonight. Be on the road at Rowan County next week and then at Holmes the following week. This time, Hallett flanked by a couple of running backs, double wides to the far side. Gets the snap, looking to pass. Fires it down the middle, caught by Riley Huff, racing to the end zone, and he'll be in there for the touchdown. A 53-yard pass play from Gus Hallett to Riley Huff. Huff, his first touchdown reception of the season. So one play. It only took 10 seconds to run off.
Didn't take too long.
Now a 2-score lead by the Eagles. Coming on to kick will be Luke Eiden, who with the successful kick earlier is now 17 of 19 on extra point attempts this year. got kind of numbers that'll give him a scholarship somewhere. Senior this year. Snap by the Eagles is good. The hold good. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good as well. With 1:55 left to go in the first half, your score now, Scott High School 21, Harrison County 7. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on W.
In cardiac care.
Wow.
Dang.
The kick by Eiden goes into the end zone on the fly.
Yeah.
And so Harrison County will take over at their own 20-yard line, now trailing 21-7. Still a minute 55 left to go here in the first half, but the Thoroughbreds down to just one timeout. They need to get a score here and draw back to within one touchdown, get some momentum going into the third quarter.
Been tough sledding for the Breds on offense.
Yeah.
Got that one score from special teams. And
After getting 441 total yards last week in that win over Boyd County, like you said, really struggling. Coming onto the field late, Ty Singer, who will be at the center position.
got to have him.
Yeah, without him, the ball's not hiked anywhere. Just lays there, waiting for somebody. Alexander Bean wide to the near side. The ball's in the middle of the field. Custer goes back in shotgun formation. Singer now ready, snaps the ball back. The give is going to be to Jesse Mitchell, who is going nowhere.
Nope. Too many white jerseys.
So the first carry of the night for the sophomore. Will back the ball to the 19, so a 1-yard loss on the play. Second down and 11. Minute and a half left to go now in the first half. Jacoby White will come in to replace Preston Williams, who was in there for just one play. Bred's taking their time, so not in any big hurry to get down the field, it does not appear. Jacoby White will line up wide to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Now Jesse Mitchell moves from the left hip to the right hip of Custard. Snap comes back to Caden, calls his own number, goes up the middle, and gets pretty good yardage, but it's going to be about 2 to 3 yards shy of first down.
26 or 27-yard line.
Clock under a minute to go. Scott does have a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. As the ball will be set down eventually at the 27-yard line. So an 8-yard gain on that play. However, it does bring up third down and a long 3 to go. Trips to the near side, the wide side of the field. Snap back to Custard, looking downfield. We got flags on the play. Custard gets away from a couple of Scott tacklers. Now going to the far sideline and is crushed. Coming in there was Edward Klussman, sophomore. But let's now see what the penalty is all about. It's in the vicinity of holding with 19 seconds on the clock. Now, if Scott declines the penalty, it'll be fourth down, and they'll get the ball back immediately. If they back us up, there'll still be 2 plays for the Breds. So an interesting decision being made now by Coach Turner.
Illegal
Procedure. And they'll back us up. So that's our third procedure penalty of the night. Should be past that by now. Ball goes back to the 22. Third down and almost 10 yards to go. 9.5. Bred's backed way off of the ball, now realizing they're not close enough to it, will get closer. Ball's going to be out the far hash mark. Trips to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Mitchell back with Custard for blocking purposes, I'm sure. Snap is back to Caden, looking downfield. Good pocket. Fires it down the middle, looking for White, and he's going to be bounced. Could have been very well called defensive pass interference, but no flag will appear for the incomplete pass, bringing up 4th down for the Reds.
I got a flag now.
Yeah, too much jawing. What jack jawing? No. Jaw jacking.
Jaw jacking.
Jaw jacking. I thought about asking him about that at the thing the other night, but I thought, no, he might not have any idea what I'm talking about.
He probably wouldn't.
So back us up. Well, we haven't seen the penalty yet. I'm just assuming.
We are assuming that it will be against Harrison.
It was too much arguing about there not being a defensive pass interference. And unsportsmanlike conduct is indeed the call.
So what will that yardage be?
So that'll be back to the 11. So after the incomplete pass. SP. 11. Should be at the 11 anyway. Yep, it is at the 11.
Okay.
With 11 seconds left.
Hey.
But Jacoby White going to be forced to punt, so look out for a long return. Going back will be Griffin Henderson, number 13, senior. He'll be standing at the Harrison County 45.
Yeah.
So get off a good one, Jacoby.
Timeout.
Now timeout called by Scott. 11 seconds left in the half, 21-7. Scott leads. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WC. All righty, here we go out of the timeout. Jacoby White about to kick the ball away. Griffin Henderson has been joined by a teammate for this punt return opportunity. Should one avail itself. Snap is good. The kick by Jacoby is going to be taken at the 41-yard line by Henderson. Dances around a couple of tacklers, goes to the far sideline where he's going to be taken down on a nice tackle by Alexander Beam. But he does get it to the 25 with 1 second left.
Yeah,
now,
time for one play now.
Luke Eiden, 3 for 4 field goals this year,
Yeah,
and 42 is within what we think at least would be his range.
Might try it.
And I would, if I had him as my
it's a good weapon.
my kicker, I'd be trying it too. But let's see what Scott thinks about it all, because they're the only ones that really matter.
Yep, he's coming out. 85,
Yeah,
right?
right.
No.
Yes, 85.
Is that 80? Yeah, he's coming out.
So 16 yards on the return. So for Luke Eiden, who is 3 for 4 in field goals, don't know what the distances of those 3 field goals he's made or the one he missed. But this one will be from about 42 yards. And now timeout called by Harrison County. Oh, no, by Scott, as they try to ice their own kicker. They've taken a page out of our book from last week. We'll keep it right here, though, so we don't miss anything since there's only 1 second left. And I guess making sure that everybody knows their assignments and nobody jump off sides or let somebody through to block the kick. With it being a 42-yarder, the angle is going to be a bit low coming out of it.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens here.
He's back out there.
Sure, Ryan Annis watching to see how this is done. Ryan had a 37-yarder blocked last week when we had some miscommunication on the line, and a couple of Boyd County lines got through.
Yeah, pretty easily.
So hard to kick through people.
Yeah. It took a really good leg to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Take an NFL leg. You see where that guy got a 66-yarder?
I saw the highlight.
Wow.
Justin Tucker.
New NFL record, 66-yard field goal attempt. And it would have been good from 67.
I don't know. It hit that crossbar, didn't it? And then went over.
Yeah.
There it
Snap
goes.
good. Kick on the way, and the kick is going to be short.
Good effort.
By about, a good 10 yards. He would have needed a good 10 yards to get the elevation over the crossbar. So, but give him the effort and the A for the good college try, as he's now 3 for 5 on field goal attempts this year. So as we head to the locker room, Harrison County down 21-7. Join us for our halftime show. As we said, we'll talk about all the scoring, stats, also take a look at the other fall sports at Harrison County High School and where we're at now, as tournament time coming on for a couple of those sports.
That's true.
And also we'll take a look at our past and future football opponents and what they're doing here in week number 7 of the KHSAA football season. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, your halftime score here at the athletic complex. Right now, Scott has 21. Harrison County has 7. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCYN Sports. Hilltop, Harrison County trailing Scott High School 21-7 after 2 quarters of play. Harrison County offensively really struggling tonight, as Trent will tell you when we get to that segment of our halftime program. Harrison County's only score coming on special teams. Well, Scott got the ball first in this ball game and very methodically got down the field. 7 plays, 71 yards, the last 48 covered by Nolan Hunter, who got his first touchdown reception of the season. The kick by Luke Eiden was perfect. And with 8:03 left to go in the first quarter, Scott had the early 7-0 lead. Harrison County moved the ball pretty well when they got the ball back, thanks to a couple of penalties by Scott High School. Got him to the 34-yard line, but on fourth down and a couple of yards to go, Custard was sacked for a 7-yard loss, giving the ball back to the Eagles on downs. Harrison County's defense played well, forcing a 3-and-out by the Eagles. And on the ensuing punt, the ball was muffed by Caden Custard at about the 16-yard line. He was able, though, to pick it up as it bounced right back in his chest, raced down the far sideline, cut back to the middle of the field, and then cut back to the far sideline and outraced